Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to manifest effortlessly. And before I start, make sure you hit the like button. Okay, let's get into the video. So the first thing to remember when it comes to manifesting effortlessly is that you don't technically need action in order to manifest. Now, as much as I am someone who loves taking inspired action, I'm someone who loves putting myself to work, getting into a routine of actions that I think will help me get to where I want to be. It is important to remember that you don't necessarily need to take action in order to manifest. It's not about the action, it's about what you believe to be true. For some of us, we believe that taking inspired action, that putting in the work, will give us results faster. Now, is that always the case, and is that always true? Not necessarily. But it's about your belief system. If you believe that taking inspired action will get you closer to your goal, then what happens as you're doing that is you're basically putting yourself in alignment because you believe that taking these actions will get you there. So when you take the actions energetically, you're aligning yourself with what you want. And so sometimes it does work in that sense and it gets you there faster. But it doesn't work that way for everybody. Some people don't necessarily need to take any action in order to manifest, and it's about your internal core belief systems. Some people will go around and just believe good things are always happening to me. I am always getting exactly what I want. Life always unfolds in the most perfect way for me. Life happens for me and not to me. And these are the kind of ideas that I've been aligning myself with more recently. Whereas before, I always had this belief that you had to work really, really hard in order to get what you wanted. And while I still love taking inspired action, I still believe in putting in the work, there's that element, that second element of releasing it once you have done that. Once you have taken the inspired action, you want to release and let go and allow things to come into your life. So if you want to manifest effortlessly, then you need to work on your belief system rather than the actions that you think will get you to where you want to be. And a fun example of this is if you're trying to lose weight and you're going to the gym and you're working out a lot and you're killing yourself at the gym, but sometimes you don't see results because weight loss is more to do with being in a calorie deficit and eating a healthy diet than it does with working out, then you're not going to see the results by putting in the work, by working hard, because it just doesn't work that way. So when I was killing myself with working out, I would work out 3-4 hours a day and I'd be so frustrated because I'd be why aren't I losing weight? I'm working so hard. And then when I realized that that weight loss doesn't really have that much to do with working out, it's more about eating a healthy diet, I started eating a healthy diet, and that felt a lot easier than killing myself working out. But that also brought me a lot more results and it was a lot more efficient. So it's not always about working hard or taking action. The second thing is to stop delaying your own manifestation. And when I say this, you're probably well, I'm not doing that. I'm not delaying my own manifestation. Why would I ever do that? But sometimes when we think about enjoying the fruit of our labor or enjoying the results from our hard work, sometimes you can have this idea in your mind of delaying it. Maybe you'll be oh, I'll work hard for a few years and then I'll enjoy my money then once I've saved up a huge amount. But instead of doing that, what you want to do is just enjoy it now. And I'm not saying to be financially irresponsible and to not save your money, but it's important to also just ask yourself, what am I saving for? When am I going to actually enjoy myself? And it doesn't always have to do with money. It can just be about enjoying yourself in a different way. But sometimes we will delay that gratification because we think that in a future date, then we'll do it. We think that, oh, I'll put in all the hard work first and then I'll enjoy later. But sometimes it's important to ask yourself, what is this end date? Because sometimes it will keep moving. You keep thinking, okay, in a couple years, and then a couple years go by and you're okay, in another couple years. So your end point, the goalpost will keep moving, and it's important to enjoy yourself now and to always prioritize feeling good and feeling satisfied and happy. And like I said, it doesn't always have to do with money. Sometimes it's just about allowing yourself to feel all of the feelings that you would feel when you have your manifestation. Don't delay it until you have the thing to feel all of the feelings. Feel it now. Prioritize feeling good now. Number 3 is to glow up your energy and to expand your energy. What I mean by this is if you are kind of limiting yourself to a certain lifestyle or a certain maybe budget that you have because you have like a scarcity mindset and you're like, oh, this is all the money that I have coming in, so this is all the money I'm allowed to spend, etc. I want you to think back on a time where you had like unexpected expenses. Maybe your rent went up or something like that, but then kind of miraculously something else happened at the same time that made it so that your budget or whatever just kind of stayed the same. This happened to me recently. My rent went up, but then I also had like other sources of income coming at the same time, so it felt like there was no change, and that felt kind of like miraculous at the moment. But looking back, what I'm realizing is when your expenses go up, you will tend to find a way to make your income grow to match your expense. Kind of like if people have a child unexpectedly, they will like figure out a way to make the amount of money that they need in order to support their new lifestyle. And it's because whenever your lifestyle levels up, whenever you level up, the universe will deliver more to match what you need. It's kind of like putting it in an order for what you need and what you want and getting it delivered. Again, I'm not saying to go out and be irresponsible. I still want you to be financially responsible and make sure that you're good for the future, etc. I'm a big believer in saving, but I want you to get out of your scarcity mindset and I want you to think about expanding and growing. And if you think, okay, this is the lifestyle I want to live and it's bigger and it's more than what I'm currently doing right now, then your mind will automatically start to think, okay, well, how can I get there? How can I find the money to fund that new lifestyle? And it's gonna make it happen. It's gonna come to you. But you have to get out of that scarcity mindset and you have to allow yourself to want it. And then the last thing is generous energy. So be generous with your energy. If you want to expand, if you want to manifest, be generous with other people. And again, it's not about money. It's about the energy that you're putting out. An example I always give is if you go to Trader Joe's and you buy a card and you buy some flowers, you can get a card at Trader Joe's for like $1 and you can get flowers there for as cheap as like $4. So the whole thing might cost you like less than $6. If you want to spend a little bit more, it will most likely still be under $10. That's not a huge amount of money. But if you were to go out and do that for someone, maybe it's your friend's birthday, whatever, and you were to go out and you were to spend that money and give your energy out, put your energy out in that way, when that person receives, you know, these items that cost you less than $10, to them it's gonna feel like a lot more than $10. The energy that they're gonna get from that action is gonna be a lot bigger, because it's not about the physical thing, it's not about the $10, it's not about the flowers, it's about the energy that you're giving. That energy feeds the soul, and the flowers and the physical items, it feeds the physical and it's not as important. But the amount of energy, the amount of gratitude and love that your friend or whoever is gonna feel from this action of you being generous, that is huge. And when you're putting out energy that big and it has such a huge effect on the people around you, it's gonna come back to you tenfold. So this is just an example. Like I said, it's not about the thing, the physical thing. It's about being generous with your energy. And sometimes that's as simple as taking the time to like talk to your friend for a little when they're like feeling down. Or maybe you see like an opportunity and you think of your friend, you send it to them. That's what I mean when I say be generous with your energy. Because when you're putting out big energy, when you're putting out generous energy, you're gonna get it back and you're gonna get so much more. Okay, that's it for today's little video. I hope that this reached you at a time that was meaningful, and if it did, I trust that you'll like, comment, and share this with someone who might also find it to be impactful. I've been reading your comments lately, and sometimes you guys will say like, I asked for a sign last night and this showed up on my feed or something like that, and I'm just like, this is just a perfect example of timing and you receiving messages when you need them. And it makes me so happy to see comments like that from you guys, because ultimately that is my goal. Because when I started watching videos like this, that's exactly what I was going through. I felt lost and I felt like I needed a sign, and then I would see like these videos in my feed. So that is what I'm hoping that I can do for you guys. You know, share your experiences and your thoughts down below. I love hearing like your stories of your manifestations. I feel like it's very inspiring for everyone else to read them as well. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye.